We're with the 1988 IndyCar Series champion, Danny Sullivan, but with all due respect to the Series championship that you won, when he comes to Indianapolis, he is the 1985 winner. Spin and win, it goes on and on and on. We don't get to see you a lot around here.
I'm not a good spectator.
What is that? Once you get here, you can't. What is it about that?
Well, unless I've got something to do, I'm just not good at just coming and hanging
And watch it, right? Yeah, I get that.
But I will say one thing: to walk down here, my first observation since 1985 is this.
Yeah.
This is paved.
Yes. Yeah.
When we did it, when we had it, there was no speed limit.
Yeah.
And it was all concrete.
Yeah.
And you'd come down here bouncing over.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, you look all the way back up there, and Penske always wanted to pit at this far end down there, which was smart. So you look at that, we came off that corner flat at 200 plus miles an hour.
And kept going.
And kept coming down
Isn't
the
that
pit lane.
crazy?
And it's just, there's a lot of little subtle changes since 85, not since I ran here, but since 85. And, the place has just gotten better and better, and everything looks better. And
well, it does look pretty good around here. What has changed as you watch racing over the years? Certainly everything's changed. I mean, pit lane speed, et cetera, et cetera. Is it more competitive now? How would you describe racing nowadays?
I think if you look back, our day was very competitive as well. I don't
Not
think
taking away from that.
I think there's probably more reliability now.
Yeah.
And there's probably more depth in teams.
Yep.
Where there might be 3, 4 teams, 5 teams maybe that were really competitive. Now look at the past 12. There was 6 different teams in the past 12.
Yep.
I mean, I think it's gotten closer in that, and the teams are all getting better. More personnel, they've got better budgets, everybody's stronger. And I think that's, for me, is one of the big factors. And you and I've talked about it. The racing here is phenomenal.
Yeah.
IndyCar racing is as exciting as you can get anywhere.
Yeah.
You watch on Memorial Day, there's Monaco Formula One, Indy on the Indy 500, and the World 600. Nothing compares to the Indy 500 in terms of passing and competitive and lead changes, and you're not going to know who's going to win the race. Nobody's going to be way out in front with 10 laps to go. Yeah. It's going to be determined probably in the last 10 laps.
It's crazy to think back in the day. I mean, you could easily win the Indy 500 by a lap or 2, and that was considered a great race.
Right.
Now we've got these last lap passes on a consistent basis, and it is crazy. Certainly, when you come back, a lot of very familiar faces.
Yeah.
Is it great to catch up?
It is, and I mean, I really miss it, but I'm not, and I think by not coming all the time, it makes it more special, if you like.
Yeah.
Because you weren't here last year, you weren't here the year before. And during a lot of that time when I was gone, I was living overseas.
Yep.
So it was also more difficult to come back for years when I lived overseas too, because it was, it was a big trip, and okay, you're going back just for the 500, and not that it's just the 500, but what I'm saying, that's a long trip.
Correct.
Just
for one race or a couple of days.
A couple of days.
Yeah.
And and I think it just it's been special for the times that I've come here. I've been here for different special years, but you see everybody, and it's it's great to walk in, and there's a lot of fresh faces too now. Of course, with Fox doing the broadcast.
Yep.
And of course, I know Hinch and
Townsend
loves, and I know Will from Formula One.
Yep.
So it was a little bit like, and I work with Pam Miller, who's
producer.
So there is some familiarity, but it's what I think Fox has livened it up a little bit. I think they've freshened up the broadcast too, which makes it exciting.
They've done a great job, tremendous, and they've been a tremendous partner with IndyCar. All right, I can't believe it's been 40 years since Spin and Win. I know you. You're the same. I know you feel the same way. But when people bring it up, what do you think back at the most?
Oh, obviously the spin and the win and recovering, but you think about how close that was, and I think it was Sneven, Howdy Holmes got tangled up there, and that one was and that was happening in front of me.
Yeah.
So that was a real near miss.
Yep.
And then with the yellow with 7 laps to go, and I was thinking, oh, Mario's a couple cars
Right.
back.
Yeah.
I haven't won this thing, and they green flagged it with Ford. So it, I play through it a lot, but I don't remember every lap of the race. I don't remember passing this person or that person or
Yeah.
so forth. I
Yeah.
just remember, obviously the spin's the big thing, and of course it comes up, and then can you repeat it? Can you tell us what happened?
Right. Yeah. Right.
And so I've done that a million
Right.
times. And
But I love the story you tell, because the spin happens, you kind of look up, and the car is still going in the right direction. You're like, okay, let's go.
Smoke cleared, and there's a turn 2 sweets, and it's kind of like, take your foot off the brake, let's go.
Yeah.
But the funny part is, if you ever go back and watch the tape, watch when the car goes into 2, you'll see, if you look at it closer, you'll see it's like this.
It's still, yeah.
That's when I jump started it, because we had 3 speed up gears to get out of the pits, and we all ran 2 top gears, 5-speed gearbox back then. So how fast am I going? What gear? Too low, too high? If you take it, could stall it, could spin it,
Right.
all that. So to this day, I don't know what gear I took when I jump started. But you see, if I know what, I almost lost it again on the restart, or starting the engine again.
So that's almost as amazing as the spin itself. And
Internally, it was certainly for me. And then, to come back, and one of the big questions I got was, well, why did you keep trying to pass Mario in turn 1? And I said, well, I was quicker through 3 and 4. He and I were about equal in 1 and 2. So I didn't get it quite the draft that I needed to come off of there. And it was funny. Somebody asked Mario last night at the dinner, and they said, well, did you think you could run him down and pass him again? He goes, no. He said, which is the first time I've ever heard it. He said, no, his car was too good.
Wow.
He was too hooked up. He said, once he got by me the second time, he said, I knew it was over.
He's finally telling the truth. That's good.
Well, but I've never heard him say
Yeah,
that.
no, right.
I mean,
I kind of admit that.
It's not something that you come out with.
100%.
And, it's not, I thought my car was pretty good.
Yep.
But I didn't think I was that much better than Mario.
Yeah.
I mean, it was work to get by it.
Yeah.
And not just because he's Mario Andretti and it's tough to pass. He was good. I mean, the car was hooked up, but once I got free, my car was good, but I never heard it from him to say that.
That's cool. That's cool.
And, and that's a revelation in itself. But I also got to give credit to people like Derek Walker, and all the crew, Chuck Sprague, all the people that worked on the car, because Derek and I were talking, and he realized my car was not hooked up very good at the start of the race, and he stopped me out of sequence and out of step with everybody else to make a change on the car, and then it came alive. I asked him last night. I said, "What change did you make?" He said, "I didn't make a change. I just
told you that. Well, the car's gonna be better. Yeah, it's good."
But anyway, I mean, it's all there's such a good. But the thing is, this is really a team sport.
100%. Yep.
And not just the people that are here working in the pit lane, all the people behind, all the people that make everything happen, all the people at the shop, everybody, the guys putting stickers on the car when they used to put stickers on the car. But all that stuff
it makes a difference.
And I was asked earlier today about that. They said, what is it that makes it so special? And I said, because you got to have everything work. All the luck's got to be with you on that day. All the little steps. Look how many times Scott Dixon's looked like he's going to win. Mario. Look at the times with Mario. He had the car to do it, everything like that. And it didn't happen.
Doesn't happen. Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, and I'm not picking on Scott in any way, shape, or form. Remember, he was bleeding, and he got the speeding
penalty. Yep.
And so it just takes that little thing. Somebody could have trouble getting a tire off, wheel off, I should say. Get that off. Their gun jams a little bit, or they don't get, there's so many things that can go wrong.
That's what makes it special, though, too. Last thing, we're going to get to see you take a parade lap. I don't know, back in the car 40 years later, how much are you looking forward to that opportunity in front of 350,000 people?
Well, it's more driving the car. It's one day. It says I'm not going to be going.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
But I got in the car today to
shake it down if you get,
and I fit. which was really cool.
That's great.
And I could get in and out of the car
That's great.
without too much problem. So that was, and the car was just, I mean, it's almost better than when I drove it.
Really?
It's so well prepared and stuff like that.
Can't
And all
wait.
the guys were down there and all the team and, you know, everybody. Greg, he came over, he said, "You want me to buckle you in again?" I said, "You got a broken wrist. You can't buckle me in." But he buckled me in for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Every race.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, you see people like
That's
that.
cool.
Eric Walker was down there, you know.
That's awesome.
all-
Great memories.
Yeah.
It's all coming back.
Yeah.
Can't wait to. It is fantastic to have you back here.
Thank you.
Wish it was more often. You're always welcome here.
There's been a big group that asked me, "Hey, we'd like to go with you and go back," and I'm gonna probably try to bring a group next year and stuff like that. But here's the hard part:
What's
it's
that?
sold out.
Yes.
It's hard to
yeah,
get.
It's hard to get tickets now, isn't it?
It's like,
Even if you're Danny Sullivan, it's hard to get race day tickets.
you know, it's tough. They don't give them away.
Enjoy the race.
Thank you, pal.
Welcome
I
back.
appreciate it.
Welcome back.
Thank you.